Hello, and welcome to episode 25 in the Slingshot series. I'm Nithya Karia, here to teach you the 5 simple high vibe habits to consistently prioritize your well-being and get happy and healthy on purpose. Let happiness be your path to success instead of the product of it. This week, we are exploring how and why we want to harness the power of happiness. Feeling good about ourselves and our lives profoundly affects our life experience. And yet, how often does it fall to the bottom of our list? How often do you prioritize what it takes to be happy? How often do you save those items for one day or when you have time? How often do your needs get squeezed out of your calendar for something urgent and important? For someone else's needs? Feel good equals do good. This is a simple equation that reminds us that happiness matters. When happiness becomes that path to success instead of the product of it, we experience less stress and more joy, positively affecting how we contribute. Stronger individuals come together to create stronger families, teams, and communities with more impactful results. Things that contribute to your well-being and your happiness are investments. They're not costs. The high vibe habits help you consistently prioritize your needs so you can keep showing up for others as your best. When we choose to value our emotional state and get happy on purpose, we unlock our greatest potential. Because under chronic stress conditions, we actually diminish our capacity to connect with others, to be creative and collaborative, negotiate, and even empathize. Essentially, stress states reflect a need to protect ourselves. In my high vibe framework, we begin with the question, how am I feeling right now? Because if we are feeling frustrated, anxious, stressed, overwhelmed, we aren't going to make the best decisions from this place. And I want to pause here for a second and talk about this idea of this mental friction that we create. Under stress, our subconscious is trying to meet our needs, while our conscious mind is trying to accomplish a different task entirely. That's why the decisions we make when we feel low, again, whatever that feels like for you, are rarely the decisions that leave you feeling good and proud of yourself. They are usually the decisions that we end up feeling guilty about later or give us fuel for our negative self-talk fire. So, when I check in and know where I stand emotionally, I know if I'm in a good place to make a good decision. Or I'm realizing, wait a second, I should not respond from this state. I can pause, take a deep breath, ask for a minute, walk away, right? There are a lot of options we can do so that we learn to respond instead of react. Reaching our highest potential really does require us to know how we feel. So now I want to ask you, what would you like to be? Is it more patient with your kids or loved ones? Is it indispensable to your organization? Would you like to have healthy relationships? Would you like to make more money or feel less stressed? Confidence, patience, strong interpersonal skills, leadership, executive functioning, and active listening. These are just some of the benefits of high energy states. That's those feeling good moments. We are closer to all of these desires and more when we are working from our highest potential, which is our high vibe self. Choosing to value yourself is that first step. It's a permission that says happiness matters, and so I get to do something about it. It's why we begin with that question, how do I feel right now? Because the next step is being able to then retrain our habits to actually reflect these new beliefs, the ones that allow us to really hold on to that equation, right? That feel good equals do good. You actually get to make time for your needs so you can reach that higher state. And ironically, by investing in yourself is exactly how you'll be able to keep showing up for others. You give more when you have more to give. That's all for this episode. Sending all my love and gratitude. Stay high vibe, my friends.